Good afternoon, everyone from Dunrobin Ranch in Lola, Montana. We're excited to start something completely new this year. We're calling it Jules Canine River Romp. Many of you know that I lost my wonderful dog, Jewel, this last October. I called her my golden girl or Miss Happy Feet or a joyful Jewel. She was obtained from the Western Montana Humane Society when my younger son, Mark, and I went over. We heard that they had some puppies, and we decided that we would just drop in and see about those puppies. Well, when the people at the Western Montana Humane Society greeted us, they said, well, what exactly are you hoping for? And they asked us what kind of circumstances we had. And they said, well, these puppies are okay, but we think we have a perfect dog for you, and her name is Jewel. Under various conditions or situations, Jewel had been returned 4 different times in her life, and it was nothing to do with her. It had bad luck with her owners. One moved. One had to move into an apartment that wouldn't accept dogs. It was just kind of a series of misadventures for poor Miss Jewel during her first 18 months of life. And so she was having difficulty bonding a little bit. And I'll have to tell you, at first, I wasn't sure because she paid no attention to me and my son Mark when we went to visit. She paid all attention to the trainer there. And the trainer assured us that that was because she had bonded to her, and that as soon as she was passed to us, that she would bond to us. So I wasn't 100% certain, and I said, well, could we take her home for a couple of weeks and see if that actually happens? I mean, we want a dog that will come with us and enjoy our life alongside us. And she said, oh, I'm sure Jewel will do that. Well, it only took about 3 days, and let me tell you, Jewel just warmed up completely to us and our family, and she was the world's best guest ranch dog. She loved everybody and everything. She was kind to other dogs. She was kind to people of all sizes and all shapes, and she got along with the horses beautifully. She was smart. I could teach her when to bring the horses in from the field. She would herd them in. She would get out of their way when they were running into their stalls. And yet I also taught her not to chase wildlife on the trail. Very, very smart dog. But I'll tell you, Jewel's real joy in life was fetching balls and sticks from the Bitterroot River. James, maybe you would bring up the panel of photos about my beautiful Jewel. Yes, there we have her with a stick in the Bitterroot River and then just jumping into the Bitterroot River. She was incredible in that she could time the flow of the Bitterroot River. You throw the ball anywhere, throw it upriver, and she would not swim towards the ball, but she would swim towards where the current would bring it to her. It would float right into her mouth. Similarly, if you threw it downstream, she would run along the shore until she could judge exactly how long it would take her to intercept that ball, and then she would go into the water. She was just a wonderful dog to have here all the time, and an incredibly athletic dog. She would go in the mountains with me on horse rides, come back home and want to float with us down the Bitterroot River, and not content to just swim while we're in our inner tubes, she would constantly bring me sticks to throw. So here she was after miles of running in the mountains, swimming for more miles yet, an unstoppable dog. And I have these photos here of the Bitterroot River alongside her because these are the photos that we took on the day we laid her to rest. And I'm probably going to cry. Excuse me. I really loved that dog. And it was a beautiful day. Then when the vet came out, it was certainly time. She was in bad shape, and it was her time to go. But it was a gorgeous day, and we even had an osprey fly over. And I thought that was a final salute. So I have to get off that topic or I'm going to lose my cool altogether. At any rate, in her honor and to repay the wonderful things that the Western Montana Humane Society does, we've decided to start this annual event called Jules Canine River Romp. And I have partnered with one of the best people in the world for this kind of an endeavor, Mackenzie Cole. Many of you have known Mackenzie for a long time here at Dunrovin. He does the clicker training with the divas and with the horses, but he also does that with dogs, and primarily he is a dog trainer. And he has a wonderful association with the Western Montana Humane Society. At any rate, I talked to Mackenzie about having such a competition, and he said, oh, let's make it a free-for-all. Every breed, every kind of fetching capacity. We're going to give certificates for the cutest fetch, the worst fetch, the best fetch, the slowest fetch, the fastest fetch. This is just for fun. And one of his rules was the only way you can become disqualified is to get mad at your dog. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my wonderful friend, Mackenzie Cole, and have him take you down to the river. And we'll be watching James. I'm going to become the camera operator here shortly when they all go down to the river, and we can watch all of these wonderful dogs and have some fun with them down there in Jules River. It's her river now. Thank you. And with that, I'll say goodbye and say hello to Mackenzie.
Well, hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for this episode, the first episode of Jules River Romp. It's kind of a special event we're doing today to honor Jewel, who was, as Suzanne just mentioned, a longtime greeter and great family dog here at the ranch. And just to kind of celebrate Jewel, we're doing some retrieval games today. But first, we're going to talk a little bit with Marta, who's the director of the Humane Society of Western Montana. So last year we lost Jewel, and she was a great part of the community of this ranch. And to honor her, we're doing this event to try and raise some money for the Humane Society of Western Montana. If you're interested in contributing in Jewel's honor, you can go directly to the Humane Society website. There's a very clear donate button there. And then we also have a page you can contribute to under Jules River Romp, which you can Google, or James, I think, will share that link in chat, and hopefully we can get a few more donations in Jewel's honor and support the good work of the Western Humane Society. And the folks who are doing retreats today have all donated, so let's see if we can raise some money in honor of Jewel and the other pets who are looking for homes. And we're also lucky today to be joined by Marta, who's the executive director of the Humane Society of Western Montana. Marta left her San Francisco law practice to move to Montana over 20 years ago, and in that time she served as the vice president of Triaxis. Am I saying that right? Triaxis Research, the director of advancement at the Missoula International School, and now the executive director of the Humane Society of Western Montana. And so I thought we should, invite Marta out to just tell us a little bit about what's going on at the Humane Society and also ask some pretty hard-hitting questions. So to start out, how many dogs do you have and what are their names?
Well, thanks so much for that difficult question, and thanks for having me here on this beautiful day and for raising money for the shelter. It's just so kind of you, and we're so grateful. So I have two dogs, and they're both alums from the shelter. One is a little 10-pound Papillon. He's actually from this area originally. And then I have a larger dog, and he's 95 pounds, and he is a Montana mutt, and he is a distemper survivor.
Oh, wow. What are their names?
So Jagger is the large one, and Max is the smaller one. And I do realize that it's a missed opportunity that it should have been Mick and Jagger.
Next time, I guess. All right, do you have any other pets that we should know about?
Not at the present time, although as we were discussing, I'm also a horse lover, and I have had horses, and I have certainly had cats over the years, but just right now, it's just the two dogs.
Well, dogs are always great to have around the house. We got to get you out here another time to meet the horses. So I know you served on the board before becoming the ED at the Humane Society, but what drew you to that organization?
So when I first moved to Montana, as we talked about well over 20 years ago now, I, like everyone who lives in this area, we all sort of decide what nonprofits are we going to support. And literally, I went to the annual Ken Shugart event for the Humane Society of Western Montana. It was the first nonprofit event I attended in Montana in the first 6 months of living here. And I fell in love with the organization in a minute and with the people. I can remember the executive director from 22 years ago, and we're still friends. And I just knew that these were my people and this was my cause.
Yeah, I love that. I've had the opportunity to meet some really great folks through the Humane Society, and it does seem to just attract all the best ones. So here's another tough one for you. What's your favorite treat?
My personal favorite or my dog's treat favorite?
First off, I'd like to hear yours, so that we can move into canine.
I mean, if we're talking about mine, those chocolate chip cookies you have over there are pretty outstanding. That's my biggest weakness.
You'll have to do us all a favor and take them with you.
Okay. And then I really like what frozen Kongs do for dogs. So I fill them with things like pumpkin and peanut butter mixed with dog food, and depending on the weight of my dogs at any given time, freeze them. I just think it gives them a lot to do, and they love it. And just even the licking is soothing for them. So that's one of my personal favorites.
Kongs are always a good one. If you haven't tried them yet and you have a dog who just needs a little bit of downtime, it's always a great idea to freeze up a Kong and pass it over. It's a great way to give them something to do when you have company, or if you just have to step out and you're going to be gone a little extra long. Just got to make sure it's big enough that they can't choke on it. That's the one thing to worry about there. Well, can you tell us a little bit more about Western Humane Society of Western Montana, I'm sorry. And then what is your mission and how do you make it happen? Any big successes lately?
Wow, thanks for that question. Yeah. So our mission is to save every animal every time by being a leading resource for pets and their people in Western Montana. And, one of the new things that we're really focused on is keeping pets in people's homes. And to that end, we do things like offer low-cost care, so low-cost vaccines and sometimes no-cost vaccines in rural areas. And we really have expanded our services to much greater part of Western Montana, including helping other shelters as well. So one of the things I think people don't realize is that the veterinary world is really shifting. And there are many veterinarians who are retiring, and just like with human medicine, veterinarians are not typically moving to rural areas. They honestly can't afford to pay their school debt. And so shelters that are existing in rural areas, like one partner that we work with consistently is Libby, Tobacco Valley Animal Services, and they're in both Libby and Eureka. They can't find vets to do their spay-neuter surgeries. And so pets are staying longer than they should in shelters. And so we're not just helping our own community and other shelters, but we're also reaching out to some of the tribal nations and really assisting with spay, neuter, and vaccines in those areas as well.
That's some awesome work. So you're not just helping this area, but really all of Western Montana. And that's just incredible work to be doing. I'm sure sometimes it has its challenges, sometimes probably gut-wrenching at times. What keeps you going doing the work?
I think it's all the success stories that I see. And I consider a success story, I want to be really clear about this, if someone has to surrender a pet, I don't view that person negatively. They don't want to surrender their pet. So sometimes a success story is having someone surrender a pet who just can't handle it for whatever reason, and that pet is rehomed into a loving family and everyone's stress is reduced. And so those kinds of stories give me hope. The people who are adopting give me hope. People who are bringing their pets to have them vaccinated who might not be able to afford it otherwise. All those stories, they give me so much hope, and really people for the most part, just absolutely love their pets. And the more that we can do to help them keep them, the better we are. I would love for there to be planned obsolescence for shelters and someday for everyone to be able to keep their pets in their homes. But they need a lot of support to do it, and not just medical, but also behavioral. And so we provide a lot of behavioral services as well, a behavior hotline. And it's when those services works, that's what keeps me going.
Well, you mentioned the importance of training and behavioral services to keep pets in homes, and I know that the Humane Society of Western Montana has long been kind of a bastion for positive reinforcement training in this area. I know that when I used to do behavior modification work, I worked pretty closely with folks at the shelter. We would talk shop and talk about best ways to deal with a specific problem and just touch base on how to do it positively, how to give people the skill sets. But why is that an important part of your mission? And can you speak a little bit to why positive reinforcement has been an important part of what you all do?
Yeah. So our focus is on the human-animal bond, and the word humane is in our name. And so we focus on building humane relationships. And in our view, positive reinforcement training is really cementing that human-animal bond. And we think that there's so much growth that can come from positive reinforcement training. And of course, then we've also seen some of the negative things that happen when you're not engaged in that kind of training. And sometimes I think people have a false sense of security through training, and specifically sometimes with really harsh training methods. They think, oh, my animal is cured. Well, we really value both positive reinforcement, but also management, because really that we live in a culture where we're asking a lot of our dogs. And so they need to be able to be companions with us, but maybe not in every single setting. And in Missoula, everyone wants to, hike with their dog off leash, and that's great. But if you're going to do that, you need to be able to manage your pet. And we need to not be angry with people who are keeping their pet on the leash, because that's what they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, management is a great and important part of behavior modification. Sometimes making the best decision for your dog means making that hard call of finding a new home. But also, I think having really good science behind your training methods and using positive reinforcement hopefully helps more of those dogs stay in homes longer and keeps those homes happier for everybody. And I really appreciate that you all are carrying that torch around this area, because I know that sometimes you get some pushback on that. So
Frequently.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I have one more question for you,
Okay.
and it's definitely going to be the toughest one of the bunch.
All right.
All right. So if you could be any animal at all, what animal would you be?
Okay, well, we're talking about dogs and horses, so I'm just going to eliminate those from my consideration, because that's too easy. I am really intrigued by mountain lions. They're so quiet, and I know I hike frequently with my dogs. I know they're looking at me, and I can't see them except occasionally. And I just think they're beautiful, magnificent animals. How about you? What would you be?
Turning the tables on me. I didn't even come prepared with an answer for this one. Oh, geez. I would be an osprey today, I think. We have osprey at their ranch, ospreys, and they get to range an incredible amount. And they're also like some of the sharpest eyed birds, and they get to fly and also visit the water every once in a while. I think that'd be a pretty good life. Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for your work, for the good work that you do, and that your whole organization does, and for coming out today and speaking to us a bit. Hopefully we can get you a little bit more support, and but also, thank you for all the dogs you help rehome, cats you help rehome. As someone who loves animals, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. So, we're going to head down to the river here in just a second. Give us a minute to make that walk. And a big thank you to Marta for joining us today, and to the Humane Society for all their good work. If you do want to make a contribution in honor of Jewel, you can do that, like I said, either at the Humane Society website, that's the Humane Society of Western Montana, or on the Jewel's River Romp page. So hopefully, I think James will share that link for us. So we'll see you all in just a minute as we walk down. We'll start some retrieving. Bye, everybody.
Howdy, everybody. We've made it down to the river, and I'm just going to give it a second in case we're having any sort of issues to hear from people. But I thought I would just talk really quick. So what we're looking for today are a wide range of activities from dogs, having retrieving. Really quick, a full retrieve, if you're doing like a very precise, like championship level retrieve, would be the object is thrown into the water, the dog swims out, grabs the object, returns, and it puts it in the hand of the person throwing the object. However, this is for fun in honor of Jewel, who likes to have a good time out here. So today we're accepting all sorts of different options for competition. You can do most retrieves, longest retrieves, best retrieves, but you can also do most cuteness, least sweat, no sweat, and other options. So I will give folks a moment to decide on their category, and then we'll give them 5 minutes to go ahead and do some retrieving. And then at the end of that 5 minutes, we'll switch it up to a new contestant. So with me right now, I have our first contestant. What's your name? And what's your dog's name? How did you all train for this event? Becker. Nice, that's a good choice. Tennis ball is a great option for retrievals. And what is your favorite treat? My favorite treat? I like to ask the hard-hitting one. Dog's favorite treat? Anything. Cat poop? Usually ranks highly with many dogs. And what's your goal for today? I'm sure well, that's not fun for anybody. Comic relief. Comic relief, lovely. And what's your dog's experience for food? Oh, we're interested. Like, he likes to chew on sticks? Lovely. And what prize are you hoping to take home? Be sweat? All right, let's see what we can do. All right, you have 5 minutes. We're starting the timer now. Good luck. This is off to the races. There's our first stick. I'm not sure that it quite registered. There's another stick there if you'd like it. I don't know. Bigger. Yeah, looks a little. This is having a good time in the water. Oh, we're interested. Approaching, and returning. Thank you. Mary's brought a good selection of sticks now. Let's try another one. Oh, yeah. We're going for it. That's a good sign. Stick is in the water. And this is maybe meandering out to it. All right. Do you want to yield your time, or would you like to keep going? Okay. All right. So that was a lovely demonstration by Zeus of a few things. Interest in sticks. Here to have a good time and enjoy the water. Not necessarily here to retrieve, but that's fine. We're in it for the fun. Thank you all for coming out today. So we'll have our next contestant come up and join us. And that's going to be Bella and Cherise. Yay, Zeus! Zeus returns to the acclimates of his fellows. Give me a moment to reflect on what category Zeus might have achieved highest success in. All right. I'm almost ready too. All right. What's your name?
I'm Cherise. This is Bella.
Bella's looking amazing today. What's Bella wearing today?
This is a Doggy Life Jacket Safety Couture.
Ooh.
Yes.
Very nice. You know who the designer is for that?
Nope.
And how'd you all train for this event today?
We didn't.
All right. That's some of the best training to do. Bella's looking very zen. Bella's just the height of grace right now and ready for competition. Just a few more hard-hitting questions before we get started. What's your favorite treat?
Key lime pie.
Good one. What's Bella's favorite treat?
Any people food.
Oh, I like people food too. That's all. Bella's about to take a nap. And then what's your goal for today?
To at least have her put one stick in her mouth.
Oh, lovely. That's a great goal. Yeah, I like to have it.
Perfect
Yeah,
contest?
that's a first. Yeah, perfect goal. And what's your dog's experience retrieving?
She just started this summer, actually.
Oh.
Interest in sticks and the water both. So
How old is she?
she's 11.
Oh, love it. Big bloomer on the retrieve. All right. Well, you have up to 5 minutes. You can yield your time at any point if you want to. And why don't you go ahead and do some retrieve?
Ready?
All right. Here we go, Bella. We're into the stick. We're waking up. Oh. We got distracted by a bubble. We're thinking about it. Another stick. Yay! Bella's got a stick! Good job. All right, we already hit Bella's goal for the day. That's a good stick, so it looks like we're reusing that. We're reorienting so everyone can see. Uh-oh. Marie's really taking one for the team. There's apparently a hole in Marie's food. Oh, look at that. Yay! And Bella is returning the stick to land. Good job, Bella. That was lovely. All right. Bella's got another retrieve in her. We got that back to land. Let's see what Bella thinks. She's taking a quick rest. So Bella is 11, so we're going to just let her take her time. And now she's back to it. This is some amazing level of retrieve for dogs that just started being interested in it in the last year. And also, there's a lot more to contend with rock-wise when you're that height. Look at that enthusiasm. Aww. I think we have a big contender for most cuteness right there. That was lovely. Oh, what a good... She's rescuing those sticks, though. Those sticks are not going to drown in that water. They are going to make it back to land. Good job, Bella. Like, I did my retrieve, Mom. Oh, yeah.
We're over it.
Okay, we're done. Great job, you two. Thank you so much. Good work. Round of applause for Bella, please. Cherie. Thanks you both. Oh, taking one for the team. Let's see. All right. Let me just make a quick note, but next up we're going to have Ruby and Larry.
Hopper. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I pull the wrong name? Hopper? Sorry about that.
That's okay.
You'll have a chance to just call me the task in front of everybody. Just 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, so I have some hard-hitting questions for you here.
Great.
Would you repeat your name for us?
I'm Larry Allmiller.
And your dog is?
Copper.
This is Copper. How old is Copper?
He's about 9 months old from the town, so.
Yeah, 9 months-ish.
Yeah.
Handsome guy. Yeah. And what is your favorite treat?
My personal favorite.
Your personal favorite treat?
I like fried chicken myself.
Oh, fried chicken. That's a good one. That's a good one.
For the dog.
And what's his favorite treat?
Kibble.
Oh, he's a kibble fan. All right, we got a kibble fan. And he's eager to get started. He's already eyeing his stick.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you train for this event real quick, and then we can get you rolling?
He kind of came pre-trained. I mean, we're working on the details and the nuances, but he's pretty well trained.
Oh, he's just a good guy from the start.
Yeah.
He looks like it. All right, do you have any extra special goals for today? What are you after?
I'm going to try to enjoy the day like it's my last day on Earth.
Oh, I hope it isn't, but that's a lovely way to start the day or go through your day. Okay, well, let's get to it then.
What do you want to do?
You got about 5 minutes. You can play around with it as much as you want. If you have some options, you can go for best retrieve, longest retrieve. We have a pretty eager participant here. You can go for most cuteness or least swept, but I think you already lost that one. So You're just welcome to go ahead and just do some fetch for 5 minutes. I'll make some observations. All right. Oh, we have an enthusiastic fetcher. We lost our stick for a second there, but it's coming right back. Somebody loves their fetch. Lovely retrieve, lovely retrieve. Oh, amazing. Another great fetch. All right, we're already in the lead now for most fetches. So it's ahead of that one. Nice drop. Good long fetch there. Oh, we have some very high enthusiasm. Look at all that good swimming. Fighting that current, coming right back. I believe that brings us, this will be our 4th retrieve. Does that sound right, Larry? Oh, are we at 8 already? Sounds right to me. 4 and 2 and 1, and I heard 8. All right, we're going for a long one. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, having a 9-month-ish old dog who's this enthusiastic about water is already quite an achievement. What a good dog. What a good boy. Didn't quite make it all the way to land that time, but that's all right. Still having a good time. Look at that enthusiasm. Nothing like a healer to bring some enthusiasm to any sort of activity. All right, we're switching up our stick. Look at that splashing. The stick disappeared a little bit, but we have it in our sights. Oh, we forgot it. Not the right stick, apparently. Great to see a very enthusiastic pup. Okay, we're going to go extra long on our last retrieve here. Yeah, he's probably pretty beat after all that. Nice long one. Look at you go. Oh, that was wonderful. Even has the ears of a job well done happening back there. Well, thank you so much. We'll make a couple quick notes. We'll have our next contestant up. Great work. Great work today. All right. Give me 1 second, everyone, as I make some notes. All right. Next up, we have Rhea and Sadie. You're all ready. Rhea and Sadie are coming in pre-armed with a stick. A couple of quick questions for you. You're welcome to toss one for Sadie if you want to while we do it, since she's pretty ready.
Yeah.
So, what's your name again for the camera?
Leah.
Leah, sorry, I mispronounced.
Oh, it's okay. I get it all the time.
What's your dog's name?
This is Sadie.
And how did you train Sadie for this event?
Okay, we should get to the dog park.
Good place to practice your retrievals. Is that the Missoula Dog Park with the river right there?
Yeah, Jacob's Island.
Yeah, Jacob's Island. It's a great place to retrieve with your dog. And what's your favorite treat?
Ice cream.
A good one. High up there. Right up there with fried chicken, I think. And what's your dog's favorite treat?
Oh, those Kirkland greenies that smell like fish food.
The fishy Kirkland greenies. That's a new one to me. Do you have any big goals for today? Do you know what you're going for?
Oh, I think we can get a record in. She's been watching these Flowstone River.
So she's ready to bring it. All right. So maybe we'll see most retrieves, longest retrieve, or most enthusiasm. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Take it away. You have a pile of sticks right here at your arsenal. All right, Sadie's ready. She's out there stepping at Border Collie stare in that look. We are not afraid to get out there and go for it. It's a pretty long one. That might be a contender for longest. We'll have to check back in with our slow motion camera later. All right. I think that's officially 2 retrieves.
Okay, ready? Come here. Bring it
Woo!
here.
Good job, Sadie. Good job. And we're very happy for our next retrieve. Great work, great work. That was maybe the most enthusiastic entrance into the water. A lot of splashing. It was pretty good. That stick is finding a new home downriver. Oh, I lost count. Where are we at? Is that 5? 6? I'm doing a really good job counting, everyone. I forgot to write down the last round of most retrieves, so we'll have to fact check these after the event's over. We have a very common dog practice here, which is return 1 stick, and then go for the next stick. Many dogs have practiced that method of retrieval over the years. Well, I don't know. It's going to be a real toss-up on most enthusiastic at this point. Oh, we got another one going downstream. That's all right. There's plenty of backup over here. That was a nice long retrieve. Going upstream is just a good call for your longest retrieve. How long has Faye been fetching?
2 years.
2 years. You see that expertise and yeah. There's no less enthusiasm at this point than at the beginning, where you could probably go all day. Yeah. All right, let's just do a couple more, and then we can move on to the next person. I think you're officially the most retrievals. Amazing. Yeah, you can just see, yeah. We'll always give you a chance to reclaim that title if anybody supersedes it later. Oh, that was a great one. Thank you so much. Yay! All right. Give me 1 minute, everyone, as I compile my calculation. We have a great group of, oh, I dropped the cap here. A great group of dogs today. Everybody's getting along. I see some burgeoning friendships going over there. Maybe some lifelong love, new romances happening. All right, we're coming down to the wire here. We got 2 more dog and human teams to go with our penultimate contender. Shiver is up next with Anya, who folks probably know from the ranch. So I did just say it, but for the sake of, everybody, what's your name?
My name is Anya, and this is Shiver.
And how'd you train for today?
Oh, I let her pick out her bandana.
Oh, that's a good call. You got to look good to perform well.
She picked the blue one.
Oh, she picked blue today? That's a lovely color. It looks really good on you. And what's her favorite treat?
Oh, cold cut meat.
Cold cut, classic.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite treat?
Probably also cold cut.
Oh. Always good to have the same favorite treat as your dog, so you're never without treats for either one of you. And what's her experience retrieving?
Oh, geez. She's kind of greedy. She doesn't really bring things back.
Oh, she's a holder on to her. Also a classic dog retrieval move. All right, well, let's see how we do today. You got 5 minutes? Do you have any particular prize you're after or goal you're setting for yourself for today?
I mean, usually she just lays in the water, so if she at least looks at the sticks, I think that's a good start.
All right, looking at the stick. That's our number 1 goal today for Shiver. Here we go. Will she look at the stick? Yeah. Oh, we're some enthusiasm. Oh, we're out to the stick. We're biting the stick. Yay, Shiver! All right, we have a stick. And the stick is coming back. It's coming back. And it got dropped. Oh, right, that's a great retrieve. I think we've already, out trying to just looking at the stick.
Oh, this is better than she's ever done.
She was clearly studying up on previous contenders. She said she'd bring her A game today. What kind of dog is Shiver?
She is a Swiss Shepherd.
Oh, Swiss Shepherd. Really?
Ready? Let's go.
Oh, we're getting pretty enthusiastic. Going out, going all the way. All right, Shiver. Shiver was not going to be outdone by the other herding breeds today. She's like, if a cattle dog can do it, so can I. Good job, Shiver. That was great.
One more.
Got a healthy shake, and then we're going to do one more retrieve with Shiver.
One more. Right?
You got it.
Are you ready? Ready? Go.
And this is Shiver's last retrieve, and she's going into the water with great enthusiasm, paddling along. She's managed to splash and yet keep the top of her head dry, which is quite the achievement.
That's ever done.
Yeah, she really brought her A game for a retrieve today in honor of Jewel. That's lovely to hear. Oh, what a good job. Well, let's all give a big round of applause for Shiver. Great job, you two. Good job. You did awesome. All right, and now we have our last contender who is also probably familiar to the ranch and came pre-armed with sticks. James and Boona coming up. Took a couple quick notes on Shiver as they approach. Sorry, 1 second, James. I'm taking some very detailed calculations over here. All right. Just for everybody to know who's attending, what's your name?
James Blossom. And
You probably never met James before or noticed him around the ranch, I'm sure. He's only been here almost as long as me.
Almost.
And more involved probably for years. How'd you all train for this event?
We have home field advantage. We come down here almost every day.
So you visited the actual venue and practiced there. It's a good trick if you're ever working on retreats in the future. It's always a great idea to get out there first and practice as much as you can. And what's Boona's favorite treat?
Oh, I think she likes hot dogs.
Hot dogs are a pretty good one, classic. And what's your favorite treat?
Cheesecake.
Also a good one. That's good to know too. I'll remember that. All right. So what's your all's goal for today?
Well, we're going to shoot for the longest retrieve if we can.
All right. I like it. And with that, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah.
So we do have a track team of folks measuring the actual distance from shoreline to stick. Unfortunately, I have no way of talking to those folks. Boona just is maybe a little too comfortable having
That's why I have lots of sticks.
having a nice sip. You maybe. She already had kind of a big day. The pressure is on, and sometimes we just need a good drink of water before we can go for it. Oh, there we are. Good job, Boona. Right now, Boona is going for best no retrieve. But I have a feeling she's going to kick into gear. She's a little tired of warming up. She's well hydrated now. She's a little distracted by butterflies. That's a good contender for most cuteness category. Dogs and butterflies are pretty cute. All right. Got some enthusiasm. Going for it. We got ourselves a stick of them out. Oh, we lost it. And we're back to drinking water. This one's purely just to make James happy. Oh, what a good kid. And we have a stick. That stick's coming back to land. And that's a retrieve. Good job, Boona. Woo! Nice long fetch. Oh, definitely. Remember, don't tire out your dog before the competition, folks. Oh, here we go. Boona's getting her A game on. All right, that was a good long retrieve. I don't know if it's quite a contender for longest, but we're getting close. I think Buna is also just kind of interested in going hanging out with her new friends. Good job, Buna! Lost track of our sticks. That's okay. A little distracted by all of her cool buddies. Last one, folks. Oh, nice and long. Here we go. Here we go.
Just get warmed up.
Yeah, she is. You want to do one more?
Sure.
All right. You going for longest still? You got to really huck it, James.
All right, we'll take one of the big ones.
All right, we're doing a big stick for longest retrieve.
You ready?
Oh, nice long throw. As that stick gets back, I think we have a clear longest retrieve winner today. There she goes. Old hat. Now that she's well hydrated, nothing's stopping her. She's coming. Woo! Good job, Buna. That was a big one. Yeah, that stick's so heavy that it's got her going sideways. Great work. Great work. Let's hear it for James and Buna. Woo! Good job, everyone. All right, folks. Well, that's all of our retrieves for today. I'd just like to invite you to do one more round and remind you that this is a fundraiser for the Humane Society. If you do have a second, want to join me in supporting them, join all these fun supporting them, that'd be lovely. Getting that link is at the Humane Society of Western Montana.org, and then also on our website under Jules River Romp. So we're now going to proceed back up to the ranch, and I'm going to take a minute and just do a bunch of calculations and sit down and figure out who won what, and we'll do a quick award ceremony. So give us just a quick second, and we'll be back with you. Thanks, everybody.
All right, if we could have Bella come up. Do we have? Oh, there's Bella. You did such a good job.
Look at us.
So I present to you an award in honor of Bella's most cute performance today.
Yay.
We have a prize from the Humane Society
Go
here.
us.
If you need to switch out the shirt size, you can just talk to Marta.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank
Way to be
you.
so cute, Bella. That was lovely.
Look at it. Look at that. Good job.
All right, can we have Leah and Sadie come up, please? All right, so today we have two prizes for Sadie. One for the most enthusiasm, with her non-border collie enthusiasm, and then also for most retrieves, and you'll get to come out for a ranch ride or get a lesson. So well done, good work, thank you. All right, if we can have Copper come up. The approach says so much about the pups. Copper's ready for another round of retrieves, you can just tell. Yeah. So for Larry and Copper today, we also have two awards. Best Retrieve. Whoa. There's some amazing retrieves there, Copper. And then also, oh, we got Best Retrieve twice. I just filled out two. In honor of doing the Best Retrieve 2 times, you get to come out for a ranch ride.
Oh, wow.
Great work today.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you can put one up in your office and one up in your car or in the doggy bed, over the doggy bed.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, can we get Zeus to come up? I know. In honor of Jewel, he's handing out prizes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. All right. For Zeus today, Zeus won the Least Wet Award.
Yes.
And the Least Retrieves Award, which is its own sort of honor. Zeus demonstrated right afterwards. You all didn't get to see it, but Zeus took a great run and demonstrated that Zeus is the fastest runner, which we didn't put an award in for retrieval, but we'll try and remember that next year. So in honor of that and Zeus, you also have a certificate for a free lesson or ride.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You want us
Yeah.
Yes. Throw us a board.
Pause for photo.
Good job.
All right, can we get Buna to come up with a parent? Yeah, that's you. Oh, hi, Buna. All right, we have 2 awards for Buna today. Longest retrieve, for which you get this lovely package from the Humane Society. And then also best refusal. And I just want to say really quick, I put best refusal on because people forget sometimes that it's important to let your dog, you know, do what they are interested in doing. A safe, comfortable, happy dog will also be willing to lap up some water if they need to instead of going to retrieve. So always good to remember and honor that about our pups.
Good job.
Great job today, you two.
Come on.
All right, and lastly, Shiver. Shiver has not been a retriever until today when she really brought it out. So I'm giving Shiver the award for shortest retrieve, even though I think there might have been a shorter one, but just in honor of that great work. And for that award, we have cheese sticks, which you're welcome to share
thank you.
with your human Shiver if you want to. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for turning out today. A big thank you to all of our participants and all these great dogs. A big thank you to Suzanne for making this whole thing happen. And, you know, we all miss Jewel and we're happy to get to celebrate her here. And a big thank you to the Humane Society of Western Montana for all their good work. Hopefully we'll get to do this again next year. But stick around because in a little bit I'm going to be playing with some donkeys. And so we got another fun thing for you to do. Thanks again, everybody. Hopefully we can do it again soon. Bye.